Welcome to Life of Hair. My name's James Atkinson, and in today's episode it's been a bit of a request video, to be honest. Quite a few of you have requested or asked me what style of weave or stitch do I use when I'm foiling. A little while ago I did a video about foil placements and about how to put foils to create certain looks. And in those comments I've had lots and lots of people ask me what sort of technique do I tend to use, and so in this video I'm going to just do a little bit of highlighting. I'm going to show you how I put my foils in, the way that I place my foils generally, and the sort of weave or stitch that I use on probably the majority of my clients. My preference is a very natural finish to highlights, so I use very fine sections most of the time, but you'll see that in the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on Sunday for another episode. And on Sunday I've got another highly requested video that I want to share with you guys, all about dealing with hairlines and shorter hair, and equally how to control crown areas when cutting hair really short so you don't get the jump. Subscribe so that you can make sure you don't miss any of those videos from now on, and we've got a wicked series coming up in a few weeks time, a lovely journey from long hair pixie cut, showing you all the detail and refining techniques that I tend to use. And not only that, I'm also a bleacher hair really platinum and create a beautiful silvery end result. I'm going to talk to you about how I achieve that in the video also. So don't forget to share it with your friends, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you again next week for another episode of Life of Hair.
Take a fine slice, weave off the top of that fine slice a super fine piece of hair. I initially place my comb at the bottom of my foil. I fold it over to create a flap. I push the foil towards the roots and pull the hair down. I then secure the foil with my lightener, and I fold by a third and then a third again, and then press the flap in at the back. This gives me super secure foils, and I don't have to fold the edges. They are in place, fixed, end of story. Next section, slice again, weave off the top of that slice, nice and fine. The secret to the perfect natural highlights is that you use super fine sections. You can see there that there's tiny little gaps in that section, but you can see quite clearly that the section is super fine. Fold by a third, fold by a third again, secure the back, job done. Now I know some of you are going to be thinking, James, this is going to take me hours. You will be surprised how quick and easy this technique really is. I did this half head of highlights in 40 minutes using this technique. Now what I will say is that dependent on where I am on the head will depend on how big my spacings are in between my foils. So I will always work with slightly larger gaps when I'm further down the head, like towards the ears, and then I will close the gaps up a little bit as I travel up the head. This is just one way of not over colouring the hair, and something that I just do because when you use super fine sections you can't really see where the colour's coming from, so you get beautifully soft, natural looking results without using hundreds and hundreds of foils. Always make sure you've got great saturation on the hair that you are colouring. With these super fine sections, your saturation doesn't need to be super heavy, but you do need to make sure that you get it well saturated. The more you saturate it, the better it will lift. And there we have it, the end result. And as you can see, a very, very fine, beautifully natural looking set of highlights. And it really does grow out an absolute treat. This is a very high contrast result in the sense that my client's hair is naturally fairly dark and I've lifted it up very light, but it still grows out beautifully.